right, let's go ahead and do it. Need some chapstick first. I don't know about y'all. I can't record a video with chapped lips. Not at all. And I just dropped my chapstick.
I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood.
What's going on, everybody? June here, and welcome back to the booth. So for those of y'all who are still on the come up in your voice acting journey, or you've been on it for a minute, maybe you're at a standstill rather, and maybe you need some direction to take you to that next step. One thing that you're always gonna hear people harp on is take classes. Now, I don't know about y'all, but classes are expensive. First and foremost, I just want to say this is gonna be classes more so focused on like animation, so not commercial or narration or audiobooks or anything like that. The classes that I'm gonna list are classes that I can actually speak on from experience. You know what? Let me zoom in the camera. Yeah. Hold on, zoom that bad boy in. There we go. How you doing? Yeah, so this first class I'm gonna mention is for those of y'all who, like me, are on a budget and you don't have the luxury to just go to class after class. The first website that I want to mention is Studiosla. Now, one thing I like about this site is this is probably one of the cheapest sites where you can actually take a class by people who are actually in the industry. So for example, I took a class in March in 2022. That was the first and last time I taken a class here, and it was $50, and it was with Patrick Seats. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, he voices Endeavor in My Hero Academia, Jiren. Usually they have some pretty notable names. So Wendy Lee, and it gives you a breakdown of her resume, her most notable roles. One thing to note on this website, if I'm not mistaken, is you have to sign up for a membership. You can get a regular 1-year membership for $10, and then you can sign up for as many classes as you want, so long as the budget works for you. So Studiosla, highly recommended. One thing I will say is when I took that class with Patrick Seats, the class was pretty large. It was like 30 people. But what I will say is I was in there with a lot of industry professionals. Even just watching them, I was able to learn. I had to have been the least experienced person in there. Oh man, it was crazy, but it was fun. It was fun. I was mad nervous. So if you get nervous, just know that you're not alone.
Okay.
Do me a favor right now. For those of y'all who got a little bit more money to spend, go to voiceactingmastery.com, sign up for a class with Crispin Freeman. I know the most notable role from him, for me, was him playing Itachi in Naruto. I can already hear y'all.
Come on, man. Enough of these anime voice actors. We want somebody like...
For one, it takes an incredible amount of skill to voice act in anime. I feel like that's a highly disrespected field of work. But that's besides the point. That's another story for another day. This is his IMDb page. Check out his resume. He's in Star Wars Jedi Survivor. These are more recent things, but you can just see from here he's in stuff that's far beyond just anime. And not to mention, like, he has a whole theater background. He's a legit actor. He didn't just come into this thing doing anime voices. So definitely check him out. He was my first class that I took. He really reshaped my focus on how I approach auditions when I have a script in front of me. And it sounds weird to hear, like, how can one class with one person change how you view something, or how can you go from here to here with one class? And the thing is, you don't just take one class and come out a completely different person. You take notes in your auditions, you apply what you learn, and you just keep building on that. So what I liked about his class too is it was 8 people, and he has you send him a voice sample so he can get an idea of your voice, and then he sends you a script to read for the class, and then you workshop it. His classes sell out pretty quick, as you can see. July 22nd. I'm recording this a month before that. It's June 26th.
Okay.
Next up on the list, Adventures in Voice Acting. Where am I at? Voice Arts Academy. Oh no, this is it. I was like, that looks like Tony Oliver, but I'm like, what website am I on? That's how you know it's been a while since I came on here. To my knowledge, Tony Oliver runs this entire thing. This class is another one of my favorites, and it was about 8 of us, and they supply you the scripts, and you can choose which characters you want. We did some improv. It was a small group, which I love because that means more people has opportunity to go. You don't feel rushed, like, okay, let's do your line. I got it. Here's some feedback. Now do it again. All right, you're done. Next person. Like, this class wasn't like that at all. Like, he really spent time with each person. Tony Oliver's class was really good. It was really helpful for me. His classes can be pretty pricey too. Oh my goodness, $375. But it's 7 hours. Hey, come on. We all got to get paid. We all got to eat. Tony, I ain't mad at you.
Okay.
Strawberry Hill Studio. This is another really good one. Just like A Studio LA, they just have a bunch of working actors who come on and just teach. These classes usually range with about 20 people, give or take, maybe less, but usually around 20. But you can see these classes are actually pretty affordable. I've taken a few classes from this website, and these are all like people who are currently working. His most notable role for me is playing Alvin right here, who is on The Walking Dead Season 2, which is a game that I did play on the channel. If you want to hear some of his work from playing Alvin, go ahead and check out that playlist.
There's not a lot of food here, and Rebecca, well, she's eating for two.
Alvin be getting on my nerves. Hands in his pocket, ain't doing nothing for his wife. These classes are really good for those of y'all who are trying to get your feet wet. Even if you do have some experience, that's fine too. Literally, like the multiple times that I've taken classes from this website, there has always been a few industry professionals in my classes, and it's always crazy, but you gotta understand, you never stop practicing. LeBron, 73 years old, still working out every day, training as if he just got drafted. The practice never stops, no matter how early or late you are into your career.
Okay.
Sound on Studio. Another good website to go for classes. These are pretty affordable too, $100. Yes, I know everybody's budget is different from me. I mean, I can't just throw $100 out the window, but when you compare these prices to other teachers, these are very affordable. So that's why I say that. That's who I took a class with back in October of 22. His class was phenomenal. We had scripts before the class even started. We got a chance to work on it. We came in, performed our scripts. He recorded it. They like produced it, added some background music to it. I might play mine that I did from that class.
For 3 years, I've been waiting for justice. But it's pretty damn clear that justice isn't coming.
The only unfortunate thing is it was through Zoom, so it's like, even though I was talking on this same mic that I'm talking into now, Zoom always jacked up the audio quality. For all of my audio tech people, let me know right now, how do I go on Zoom and have my mic sounding as crispy as it does right now?
Okay.
Here's another really good one, Voices Carry. This one was really cool too because we met up every Wednesday for 3 hours, and it was probably only like 5 or 6 people in the class. Sometimes people would show up, sometimes they wouldn't. Regardless, you're gonna get a good workout in. A lot of the script work we did was animation, commercial, video games, things like that. Highly recommend Voices Carry because it goes, like I said, you get 4 classes for the price of $169. Meanwhile, some of the other websites I mentioned are charging $200-300 for one 4-hour class. So
Okay.
the most recent class I took, and I put air quotes around class because this was more of a one-on-one coaching session, and most recently while I was preparing to record my demo, I basically scheduled a session with him for an hour, and in that hour, oh my goodness, y'all gotta take Junior, especially if you starting out in your voice acting journey. The amount of work we did on my demo script to give me a completely different understanding of how I was tackling that script. Beautiful, man. But he's a real cool dude. And I don't know where that burst of energy came. My website, I couldn't have done this without Jun Yoon because he has a video on his Twitch account where he literally goes step by step on how to build a voice acting website. So you don't have to use Wix or Squarespace or whatever it's called. I just used Card, and that's literally all you need. Really cool guy and great instructor. His resume speaks for itself. Every person's resume that I literally showed you speaks for itself, because I ain't gonna show y'all no classes with people that's only been in the game for as long as I have. You know, I mean, I'm a veteran myself. I've been voice acting for 25 years, but that's pretty much gonna do it. Let me stand up, because you're not taking me serious right now sitting down. All of the classes that I mentioned, I've actually taken classes there, so I'm not just spitting out random places to take classes from. Of course, if you're looking for classes, I highly recommend those that I mentioned. Like I said, classes are expensive. I'm right there with you. I'm not coughing up $250 for a class every month. If you're not at least gonna take classes because of financial reasons, perfectly fine. I'm not saying you need to pay for classes to get good at this craft. At least practice on your own. Find scripts online. Take scripts from your favorite shows and redo them. When you play games, when you watch TV shows, cartoons, animations, commercials, listen to them. Pay attention to how people are delivering their lines. So yeah, if there's any classes that I missed out and, you know, you guys have some suggestions, be sure to leave them down in the comment section. If you have some more questions for me personally, feel free to ask me. I don't bite unless you want me to.
You're weird, buddy. You're weird.
Stop looking at me like that. Nonetheless, I hope y'all was able to take something from this video, and I wish you nothing but the best in your journey. Other than that, I'm June, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.